Hello, Alex. Good morning. As we were just talking about, we will not say hi and all this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hi to the listeners out there. Um, we realized that we are very different people. I mean, we didn't realize it right now. I know it for a while. And maybe we dive into this and come up with a funny story while we do it, because I'm really a gut person. I don't really think about what I'm doing. I don't prepare very well. Even with my radio shows, the only thing I do, maybe let's the radio shows I schedule like a month ahead. So I of course have forgotten while we're coming around what music I put in there. So what I will do is on the day when the radio show is, I'm listening through the music I will play later at least once, so that I know a little bit how to schedule it. How to that I group the music together. Because I do industrial metal, I do gothic rock and dark wave and some electro pop stuff, so that I don't do like a metal song and then a pop song, and that's kind of, it's a mixed bag. My show, but it shouldn't be too. I kind of try to group things together. So if it's heavy, then there are a few heavy songs, and then it comes electro, and then it's just a few electro songs. And this is actually a lot for me, because I prepare. I used to get into this and not even knowing what, because I forgot what I did a month ago. So the point is, we are very, very different, we both, because I'm... really a gut person. I do things like, oh, I feel like it, and then I just do it, And then later, and you trust me, it often happened when I regret it, and it was like, oh man, if I would have, if I would have waited a few more hours, days, weeks, or whatever, then it would have been so much better. I could have polished the track, I could have polished the video, I could have polished this and that. But on the other hand, I'm getting things done because I just do them. Whenever I want to finish something, I finish it. And so it has its good and bad. And anyway, we realized, as we were talking about this, what we're going to talk about today, that we are very, very different in our approach of doing things. You are, in my perception, and of course you can talk about it yourself, very meticulous. You think about a lot of things, and it takes you a while to, kind of set things in motion, because you kind of think about where it will lead, what it will do, and I'm more like, oh, let's do it, And I mean, you see now with the podcast and the video podcast and stuff, this was like, oh, I wanted to do that. I really like that. It's a good idea. I like to talk, and I like to talk with people. So I just did it, but I'm also not such a little, all over the place, that I kind of start something and leave it. I'm continuing with it, This is now the 81st episode I do in English. So it's and I have a lot of...
We're close to 100.
Yeah, and I have some in German. So we're almost at 100. My point is, I'm kind of really doing things like I feel I want to do it, and if I feel like it, I do it, and if not, not. But I'm also sticking to it, because not every time. Just last night I talked with a band from Finland, and I had a really bad day yesterday. I had a little bit like Corona blues and stuff. It was like, dragging everything on, and and now I cannot even go jogging because we have so much snow, and it's cool that we have so much snow, but whatever. But it wasn't the best day, and I was like, I was authentic with these guys from Finland, really cool band, Planeta 9, you should check them out. And I was just honest with them and said, okay, guys, sorry, I had a bad day. I'm a little bit pissed. Just and we were like, we live in Finland. The weather is always bad, and we are always gloomy, doomy. We're fine with that. So it was the perfect conversation for my perfect mood. I mean, not the perfect mood, but for my mood I was in. My point was, I'm professional enough to still go through with things. If I want to get somewhere, I'm doing it. And so far, I have to admit, even if I'm a very gutsy person and just do things like I feel and not really deliberate and make a pro and contra list or something or whatever, um, I reached a lot of things I wanted to reach. And also in my private life, I always wanted to have a family. I wanted to have kids, and I got that. I got my own flat, and it belongs to the bank. But hopefully one day I have paid up my credit loan and stuff. So I don't really think about much. Last time I changed my job, my workplace. I was really like, I couldn't work with my boss anymore. She was a very tough to work with person. Let's put it this way. Um, and I just was like, oh no, I cannot do this anymore. This will kill me. And so I just resigned, just like this, because I was like, no, this is not good for my mental health and for my mental state. And I found another company, and I'm very happy there. And I took a pay cut leaving, because I was working for a very big company. And yeah, so but I'm good with it, because it made me happy, and um, I have brain capacity for doing things what I wanted to do. So I'm kind of taking care of my mental state more. I'm not getting rich by this job, and I will not get rich by what I'm doing here, but I do what I like, and it feels good, and I like it, and it's authentic. I'm not nobody forces me to do things. So yeah, I'm not deliberately also. We talked about all these. We could be on social media and this and that, and how to work with the algorithm to be more to get bigger and whatever. I wouldn't mind to get bigger, but yeah, I want to do what I want to do, and not and what feels good for me. And in a way, and I think I'm doing good, but I'm not really thinking about it. What's my point? I'm going from an instinct, not like, okay, if I go here, then I go there, and then I go there. Well, we will see what happens. That's my thing. So now back to you.
And that's actually, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense, because I study a lot of about algorithms and stuff like this, and this ability to like to take the most natural approach to the tasks, or to even form the whole path based on your instinct, is something that valuable today. More and more people say that they want to become YouTubers, for example, just
Hmm.
like you, right? And the thing is, I see more and more that people who like help you and me, help us to grow, they focus mostly on algorithm. It's some kind of installation by machines,
Hmm.
basically, because what I see, more and more people, and we spoke about it, become more mechanical.
Yep.
Their diction changes, their movements. Sometimes I want to learn something and about what I want to do to earn new skill. For example, for Twitch, I googled stuff to how to make it more quality, and I found a guy, and he's be like, oh, hello, if you want to do this, you need, and then he says in some particular way, for algorithm, what he says, like today we speak about how to make your stream better, all this mechanical stuff, so that the machine recognize his stuff that he's saying about it, because they know that there is this stuff, and this stuff like looking at him and listen what he says, so that it
Different
should be
angles.
different angles. It's more about psychology, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it should be have a little bit of practice before
Mm-hmm.
you do actually this in your videos, and then it will be look natural. Like when I speak with you, I don't notice when I edit. I notice it only when I edit videos. Like I can be like this when I listen, and frontal when I speak, and this is something I don't think about it. But if you think about it, it's some starting to look machinery. It's not looking naturally, and your
Exactly.
brain, which is pretty like socially trained on to recognize social things, it reads it immediately, which is why it's very important to be real. Yesterday I was listening podcast about uh, not about this, but they spoke about it like meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
about yeah, like when we go to learning something, to teach something about like promotion your stuff in social media, YouTube and stuff like that. They all like focused on algorithms and stuff like this. It's and it was first time when I realized that, oh, someone like me, like think when he said basically like, they say like to think about algorithm and do that, and he be like, and at the end of day, if you will do everything they recommend, it will become your like full-time job, and he's be like, I do not want to do all this stuff. I want to just focus on message, and it it resonated with me very much, because it's something that we all should learn, I think, to focus on message, and
Mm-hmm. And
this
also,
machinery stuff is, yeah.
and also, if I take over again, um, I hear two distinct things here, or I have two thoughts about it. One is very very simple, but I talk with a lot of bands, and it always comes up. Do what you really like and do what you feel, because be yourself, be authentic, be it's you might not at this kind of moment in time make the music that everyone likes and stuff. But then again, if you make music everyone likes or everyone wants to, it's for no one. It's just do what you like, and do it as good as you can. And then you will be happy with it, because this is something that will help you in the long run, to really how you say, I mean, to just be happy, be yourself with whatever you do. Your camera is out, Alex, by the way. um
Mm.
and the other thing is, I'm sometimes wondering, there's a lot of content, and for me it's kind of like clickbait content, where this is what you need to do to promote yourself on the internet, and to promote this and that, and to whatever. Um, because I realized, okay, I have to put a little bit before it. I know that the landscape is always changing and shifting. The algorithms are changing, and things are, evolving and are different, and new platforms coming up and whatever. All this, I know, of course, right? But what I was really thinking was, if you know once how to promote yourself on the internet, how many more videos would you need from many, many different people to tell you exactly how to promote yourself on the internet again and again and again and again and again and again? you know, what I'm feeling is like, I in the beginning, you know, when I started up, I was following a lot of these people, and when it was, um, they had like 20 or 30-minute videos and stuff, and in this video you will learn how to do the best this and that and da da da, and then I like there was so little information in it, and after you watched a few of them, you kind of really know that okay, I got it. You know, I mean, this is a very simple point you're making. My point here is there is not so much. Once you learn how to be just consistent, be yourself, and do what you like, you don't need all these other things. Of course, you know, there's people who can help you and you have a greater reach and whatever. But I realized, you know, because there was a guy, a musician I was following, and he always like, oh yeah, and I do this, and I want, you know, I want to help you, and I felt like, you know, he's not doing this really to help me. He's just making this 20 or 30-minute video just to feed the algorithm and to be consistent with YouTube. And he had nothing new to say, but and it was almost no information in it, but he you know, he like you said earlier, he did it very right, he cut it very well, and you know, it looked good and whatever, and but there was nothing in it, you know. It was kind of like I don't know, it was nothing, and so I I I just don't want to do it. You know, I don't feel it. I don't. People can say now that we're just currently talking about really nothing. But what we are really talking about is think for yourself, people, and think if it's really worthwhile chasing this thing or that thing, because and this is maybe the main point of our talk today. If you do what everyone else is doing, then you're doing exactly like everyone else is doing it. And it will not work for everyone. That's the same with diet, exercise, life. It's your life, and you are a very special person. And only you can live your very, very special life like you do. You know, this is in art. It's you don't want to be like everyone else. You want to stand out and do things differently. And this is exactly my point. If you go with a stream, nobody will notice you. And if you just do whatever you like, you know, people will maybe notice you, maybe not. But but the point is, you will be happy because you did what you wanted and what you felt, and you don't go like, oh, I have to do this, and then I will get successful. You know, no, it's not working. It's that's my core belief. Do what you want to do because you feel it, and not because somebody tells you if you check all these boxes, then you will be successful. Maybe you get more views, but as I told in the earlier episode, I know how to get more followers. You know, I tried really this on Twitter. You know, I got a lot of followers, but this is dead meat. This is nothing. This is just ballast on my account, and this when you know I see how much I get engagement when I do a tweet, but like 4,000 people of my Twitter followers, they don't care what I'm doing. They're just there to follow. You know, and I didn't pay for them, or it wasn't illegal what I was doing, but it's just a number, and it doesn't mean anything if these people don't care about what I'm doing. So I'm not focusing on this anymore. I focus on people who are really interested in what I have to say and what I want to do. And you know, and then I find someone like you, and I find other people, and this is more worthwhile and more engaged than just the rest is just a number. You know, what does it mean? I have a little story, and maybe I shouldn't spill the beans, but okay, I keep it a little bit abstract. I'm talking with a very, in my perception, a very high-ranking musician, you know, and I want to get him on the show. And if I get him, oh, you know, this will be a big push for my show, because I have a very high ranking musician on my show, and I really would like to, because it's one band I love, I grew up with, and it would be, it would be a huge win for me, whatever. And but we're discussing this and stuff, and I got introduced by a friend, because he's very high up. I couldn't just reach him like that. My point is, and he was like, okay, but your videos, we should be this and that and and stuff. So kind of lectured me, and it's fine. It's always good to take criticism. I'm not saying don't tell me what I could do better, but I know it. But I told him, I'm just a one man army. I'm doing this all by myself. I have a job. I do homeschooling at the moment. I have a family. I have other hobbies. I have
Yeah,
a
you're
life
not
as
only
well.
doing on your own on this thing, you also have a lot of stuff as well. This is the point.
Exactly. So I'm doing the best I can at the moment with the time I have, with the resources I have, and all this. So I get it. It could be much better, and I would really be happy if somebody reaches out to me and says, "Okay, Tobias, I like what you're doing. We can take over the editing and stuff, or the promotion. I wouldn't mind giving this up, and and just do the things I really enjoy, talking with people, talking with you now, and stuff. Even if it's more like a monologue at the moment. Sorry for that, but the point is, I do something, and I do something that feels right, and what I really like and enjoy. So it's better to do this in the way I can do it than not doing anything at all, and thinking like, oh, I could have, because one okay, now I'm getting really philosophical, and then I give it back to you. Sorry. In life, you only regret the things you have not done. I did a lot of really, really bad bullshit stuff. I got a divorce. I lost a lot of things. I um, lost my faith. I lost. I have been through a lot of different and difficult things. But what I really learned is, the worst thing that can happen to you in your life is, if you're living it to the fullest extent, is that you're like, oh, back then I could have had the chance to do this, or I do that, and I didn't do it because I was afraid I could, and when you look back at it, like 20 years in the future, and you look back on, man, what could have been if I would have taken this step and stuff. So my point is, don't be reckless. I'm not saying, take every drugs and live like each day is your last day. Don't do that. But kind of don't wait for the perfect opportunity to do something and then just do it. If everything is right and the stars align, and and this, and you're you know if it feels right, do it. And of course, this doesn't go out to the 2% of psychopaths out there. Don't do what you feel is right, because you're messed up. Anyway, my point is, yeah, I'm doing the best I can do with the resources I have, and I'm really happy. I have my little studio here. I have my little 2 camera setup, and it's nothing, and it's boring for a lot of people. But a few people will be interested in this, and maybe a few people I can reach, and they are interested and enlightened or something. And I'm a nobody. I'm an absolutely nobody, but even I can, help people, and just make you think. And this is all that is, because in the end, you have to live your life. You, the listener out there, or the viewer, and you have to do the decisions on your own life. And your life is much different than mine. Nobody is as somebody else. So that's why, one diet doesn't work for everyone. That's why you can say something about this. One exercise is not for everyone. Everyone has his own backstory and history, where he comes from, and where he will go to, and so the point is, just think about what is good for you, what is right for you, and this is all I want to say with so many words. And this feels right for me. I like it. I love to have a YouTube channel where I can, talk about these things because they are worthwhile and they are then worthwhile to think about. And this is art for me as well. That this is freedom. Like in music, there is no right or wrong. There is just what you like and what you don't like. And this is I like that. I like talking with you, Alex, and that's why I'm doing it. And now I shut up so that you can say something as well, because yeah, I'm talking a lot. I mean, but it's the point is, it's something I really it's dear to my heart, and I like doing that, and so it feels good for me, and it feels right, and I think if I reach just one person, and the one person thinks about his or her life, all is fine. This is I have no goal. I don't have like I need to reach. We talked about this in the last episode. I need to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and I need 1,000 followers, and then I can make money, lots of money on YouTube. Yeah, I get like I don't know if what even the rate is. I know Spotify, where I get like 0.00000 cent per play. Wow, yeah. Well, so maybe in 1,000 years I get really rich. So I'm doing it because I like it, and I like to be open and just be myself and authentic. So sorry. Now back to you.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and I have a lot to add to all that you said because the topic that you opened is much bigger than it might look like, and yeah, I would like to start with believing to your decision. Basically, what you said is to trust yourself, and this is the thing that not a lot of people realizes. I see psychology is really deep thing, and basically random decisions that you take during your day, weeks, years is not that random at the end of the day. It's actually like caused by something like your personal stuff, which is why sometimes you really do not need to ask a questions like where does all that leads. So I just trying to say that now you heard it from person who said from Tobias who said that I just dive into stuff and see what is happening. But now you hear it also from person who really like it's for me it's very hard to just go ahead and do it requires like a lot of self overcoming before I do stuff. But what I learned is it's really important to like sometimes to just trust yourself and jump into it. This
Mm.
is how I learned about photo editing.
Yep.
When everybody said like what the hell are you doing, just go and use this time to do something else, what are you doing with all these pictures? And now it's the biggest part of feedback that I get from people, like
Hmm.
pictures are just amazing. I imagine that it could be like that, and there is a lot of examples like this. This is first addition that I want to say about what Tobias shared with us today. Second thing is freedom. Um, yeah, we have some, I don't know how to say it, some panic inside of us. All of us has it. Uh, and you will get what I'm talking about in a minute. We want to be busy, we want to be successful, we want to be like even YouTubers like why like why exactly do you want to be? Because I see a lot of people get into trap like where they want to be YouTubers because of freedom that it gives it give you access to this freedom and stuff like this, and then this panic takes over, and these people turn YouTube into their job. They don't do stuff the way they want do, like you
Hmm.
said. they do it like other YouTubers say they should do, and they do it like it's right to do, and it's pretty easy to forget about what has been started, like point, like where did you start it and why did you start it. And this is important to remember, like through the all the path you going through each day, because if you will forget about it, you can like get from your main direction very fast. And it happened with me several times when like simple week of your life, or yeah, simple week of your life can like get you out from your the main direction for 2 years later. This is how much you need to like listen yourself and your intuition, because it's
Hmm.
very fast process when you just losing your main direction. And it reminded me about thing. I actually remembered that I wanted to open this episode with this thing to share with people, because not a lot of people will get to this point of podcast. But if you're still with us, I have interesting challenge for you that I uh, doing at the moment as well. So basically, I didn't get why it called challenge, but then when I shared with one person, she said like, "Wow, it's difficult," and I'd be like, "Oh, this is why it's called challenge." So simple thing, 30-day challenge when you just need to. I don't know. I use this thing like to write down stuff.
Hmm.
To take notes. So challenge is about learning about yourself. So basically, every day at the same time, what particular time it's up to you to decide. You need to pick answer to three questions. First is what filled me with enthusiasm today. Second is what took the most of my energy today, like what drained energy of out of me, for today. And third, like what did I learn about myself for today. And they say that this challenge like changes a lot in you for this month of just doing that. And yeah, I was excited to do it, and I started it yesterday. I mean, yeah, I started it 3 days ago, but
Hmm.
then I failed on the second day just because, and I restarted it because
Hmm.
yeah, I really want to finish it. And this day one slash day two, which is still day one because I restarted, it's already like your brain, like you kind of train yourself to analyze yourself better,
Hmm.
what you want and stuff like this. um so that was pretty cool. I would be cool if you guys try that. I think, if you hear this, we can start this challenge right in the comments. Just I will pin some comments to my and Tobias video version of podcast, and we may just do it if you're ready to share that stuff. If not,
Hmm.
it's totally okay. Just write it down wherever you want. You feel private. But I think you should try it anyway. Not for us, but for you. It's very
Exactly.
interesting, and I like to recommend it to you, Tobias, as well. I think it's
Yep. I can already tell you I'm not going to do it because I know myself well enough, and this goes against my grain, and uh, it's not because I see the benefit in it, and I know, of course, I need to write down things, and I have lists and stuff, and whatever, but I know I will not do it. I will not stick with it because
yeah. I heard it
I,
several of times of
I
people
know
from people.
myself well enough, and this goes back to my big starting monologue or whatever. I'm a gut guy, I'm doing like, oh yeah, I feel like it, and then I do it, and so. But I have some things to add, and what I like on your challenge is, let's start with that, because I'm getting most likely in a monologue again. um, Most people, as I okay, what do I know? some people think like my mother was like that, you know. Only if this happens, then I will be happy. Only if this big event gonna happen in my life, then I will do that, you know. But this is not how life works, and this is a good thing with your challenge, because it shows you that life is many little steps. You know, people, or I perceive people that we are thinking of, oh, you know, when this big change happens, then things will change for me, and that. But this is not how life works. You know, life is a lot of little steps. And so, what your challenge gets you is kind of thinking about the little steps in your life that get you somewhere. You know, it's not big events. Sometimes, of course, you know, like if you lose a lost one or you have a near death experience, you know, then this is a big event that will change your life for sure. Because when you think, when you think about what is really worthwhile, what is really, uh, um, um, what is good and what is bad, you know, but my point is, the little steps are what is life is all about. It's not. It's how you treat your partner, how you treat your child, how you treat your neighbor, how you say hi, be nice. You know, be like, oh, sorry, yesterday I was in a grumpy mood. That's why I didn't really say hi, or I didn't came over to do something. You know. This is what is life about. You know, life is filled of little events in a row. So don't wait for the big event. This might come or not. But the little ones are the ones you can change, and this brings me to one little point, because I'm a psychic. I can see the future, and I can see your future. And let me tell you, I know what will happen in your future. And what will happen is you will be dead. And this is something to be really aware of, in my opinion, because I know what will happen. I will be die one day, and I will be dead, and then I will be gone. And the only thing what happens is what I do before this happens. And that's why my time is worthwhile, because all leads to your death in the end. But what I want to give to you, but this is a positive thing, because it makes everything you do before much more worthwhile. And you should also think about, do I really like to do what I'm doing before? Because in the end, I'm going to be dead. And you're going to be dead if you hate your job, and you're going to be dead if you love your job. You're going to be dead if you are in a good relationship, or if you are in a relationship, in an abusive relationship, or in a thing that you don't really like. You know, sometimes, of course, you know, I don't want to be cynic. I know that you cannot change your environment. You know, if I would talk to a slave, or I don't know, a human trafficking victim or something, oh, be happy, you know, you know, do the best of your circumstance. This is, of course, not what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes you're in a bad circumstance and this needs to be changed. But most of us, fortunately, who gonna listen to that, are in a better time, or you know, better situation, that we can kind of decide what to do or not to do. And I'm just reaching out to you and saying, you know, you're gonna die, and this is a fact. And it doesn't, you know, it will occur earlier or later or whatever, but just the knowledge of this little fact is that, are you doing the best what you can do with your life at the moment? Ask
Or the
yourself
most
that.
pleasant.
Or the most, you know, sometimes um, that's a misconception. Pleasure is not the goal of life. For me, the goal of life is learning and becoming better, and becoming a better person. Because pleasure can sometimes be an addiction, or a distraction, or something.
Pretty often, yeah.
Pretty often, because you know, going back to your point with a photo editing thing, you know, in the beginning you were really bad at it, and it was like, oh man, I wasted an hour to do this and that, and I could have watched an episode of a TV show, I could have played with my friends or something, but you stuck with it. So sometimes you have to go through hardships and doing things that you are not want, a challenge like you just proposed, because you only progress with challenges. If you never challenge yourself, and if you always be in your bubble and in your comfort zone, you never learn, you never become better, you never, that's why I'm doing the videos in this bad way I'm doing them, because I cannot do it better, but I will learn to make them better. I'm going to learn to make my radio show better. I'm going to learn to do things, but this is a daily process with little steps, and I'm getting better. And I found you, Alex. Now I get really cool thumbnails. Cool, thank you. And who knows, I will get maybe a cool logo one day, and I will do this. But I'm not going to wait until everything is perfect and then just do it. I'm doing it now and getting progressively better at it. So this is the point. You have to grind, you have to do things daily, daily, and just stick with it for a while. And sometimes you hate it, and it's a challenge, and like, oh man, I need to do this now. And when I'm going through it, and then I'm like, yes, I did it, I accomplished something. Because if you're never gonna challenge yourself, you never really overcome something, and sometimes you need an opposition to overcome, to grow, and to feel also worth something. Because if you never, if everything falls in your lap, and you have, you're born a millionaire, and you never have to work for something, and you don't face any challenge in life, then it's a really boring life. I don't want to
It
have
has different challenges, though.
exactly. I don't think exactly he has the challenges of boredom or whatever, or to find a meaning in his life or her life, or what. The point is, accept the challenges and enjoy your life as much as possible, but don't avoid, hardness and working through things. Sometimes, if you think it's worthwhile. I'm not saying. Like that's what was my thing with I had a really good job. I got a lot of benefits, I got lots of money, I had, it was a big company, it was prestigious and whatever. It was really, I lost a lot, you could say, but I wasn't happy. And this is, for me, this is more important, to be true to yourself, because I could have found ways to work with my boss, and I could have but I would have not been happy. And as work is an important part of your life, ask yourself, are you really happy where? And I don't mean, just say, okay, I had a bad week, and then I leave. This is what I'm just meant with, sometimes you have to work through things. There's some things, I'm always happy if, oh yeah, this works well, and this works well, and this works, and then you get a stopper, and then, I have to go through, I have to kind of apologize. Here I made a mistake, and here I did this and that. But then it also, you grow with this, with the challenges you get at work. But even, okay, last thing, and then I give it back to you. I know, I don't play the lottery or something, but if I would get, let's say, 10 million euros, and I wouldn't have to work anymore, I would still work. My dream job is, once the pandemic is over, to work in a little coffee shop, making little coffees, talking with the people who come in for half a day. For like 4 or 5 hours per day, I would do that. This would be fun for me. I, kind of engage with the customers and stuff. And I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for getting out of a house, doing something, engaging with people and stuff. And then I will go home, do my music, be with my family, do, my videos stuff and whatever. So this would be the point is, even if I would have the money to not have to work anymore, I would work because I would face challenges. I would, oh, this coffee maker machine is not working. Oh man, I have to get the repair man. I have to do this and that. I got the wrong order from this, and he was shouting at me and stuff. And I was, oh, sorry, man. I have to make, because getting out there and presenting yourself to the world will get challenges with it, because not everyone will love you, not everyone will like you, and that's fine and that's good. Because just ask yourself, do you like everyone? Do you are always happy with it? Just ask yourself if you like every day the person you are with. I'm married now for 9 years, and some days I like, oh man. So, but this is the way it is, and it's good, and there's a challenge, and you have to overcome it. And so, the I think Aristotle said, the unconsidered life is the life not what you lose. So anyway, everything can be a challenge, and take it, but also find harmony in your life. At least I need it. I need to be at home and relax. And there was a time where I was kind of scolding myself when I just read a book for fun, and there was nothing in it what I could learn, or that I was watching something on YouTube that
Those
wasn't.
books usually teach you much more than you know.
Exactly. So I'm stopping now. You got my point. So, oh, you're just drinking. Now I'm drinking, Alex.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with you. And here is one thing about what you said. I even wrote it down so that I could say it because it's very important. Um, yeah, you said, what if you had big amount of money, right? And yeah, I was thinking a lot about this question. Like I keep thinking about it, and thing is, what happen with me if I got like huge or like ridiculous amount of money?
I'm listening to you. I'm just going to
I
check
would be
on the laundry.
okay. I would be depressed a lot, because I would first my reaction it would be panic because now when I have all this money of the world, I have to protect those. Now I cannot trust people that much because now I have a lot to lose. There is what I trying to bring us to is we need to learn. At least I need to learn to feel comfortable at your financial size, at your power size, at your psychological size. It's also creates a big stress for me that I'm not really in in getting involved in the destiny of the world of the planet. Uh, that the stuff I do is not that big at all. It stressed me out, but if to think about it, like if I had the power to be involved in more big stuff, like DiCaprio, for example, with United Nations, and he speak about the nature and stuff. This is so great responsibility, and as you said, life is about personal growth, and if your personality don't match your money, for example, several million bucks just fall on you from the sky, it will just destroy you. And most of people think that it will not, but statistics actually shows that people who win that lottery or other stuff that happens when big money comes to, let's put it day, big money comes to little person,
Hmm.
these people end up with huge debts. And I have a lot of people to represent as example in episode. I just will not do it because they may see it, and what most important, uh, it's not about these people, it's about the phenomenon that happens. And why you don't have this tens of millions euros, bucks, and whatever is not because world not ready to give it to you. It's because you are not ready to take it or to protect it. This is
Hmm.
how it works, and a lot of cases in this way where I see people lose money like the most ridiculous ways. It's just it's here. It's not something that we're trying to take your money and you will never be able to collect for to move in, move out, to buy no new house, to make a family and stuff like this. It's just subconsciously stuff. You need to balance
Hmm.
stuff. If you don't do it, you will never grow. It's about grow, which is why big money is not the best thing for a little
Hmm.
person
Yep.
in a good sense of this word. And I find myself thinking about same things each morning. When I wake up, I ask myself, why? When I wake, why when I sleep? Okay, I went to Japan, and I planning to do it in this year already. The thing is, I was thinking, why? When I sleep, I don't see if my dream is something that I fully control. It's my reality. Nobody but me controls it. Why I don't see dreams that I am Japan, that I finally have money that allows me to live the way I want, and it's my dream. It's my reality. Why I don't have it all in my dream? And the answer is simple. I think it's because mental limitations that we are put on ourselves by ourselves. So I think the same thing happens in reality. Like it's not the world that don't not let you achieve anything or something at least. I think the first person who blocks you from it is you. And this is the main direction we should work on, just to like go ahead and take it. It's pretty deep conversation, and I'm not sure that the rest 10 minutes that we have for this episode is enough for that. So maybe we should make an episode about this later.
We need to make a lot of episodes, but I mean, we touched on a very big thing, and I just wanted to say some. With a big money thing, it's also you get a lot of false friends. You have to be very protective and to kind of, if you get a lot of money, suddenly you have a lot of friends who are kind of, oh, just 10,000 euros there, and just get me this car and whatever, you know. So this is one thing, and then the other thing is, I don't feel like because you said DiCaprio and in front of the United Nations and stuff, and I fought for like 10 years back. I was like, oh man, I really need to. I should be famous so that I can tell people how I see the world and open their eyes how the world really is and stuff. And now I'm like more like I don't I have nothing to offer. I mean, I have things to offer, and if you want to listen to it, I can give you my scoop on things. But I realized everyone is so different. How can I tell someone what is right for them? They should know by themselves. But what I can maybe help them with is thinking for themselves, and getting to the point that they know what is right for themselves. Because it's a completely different talk again, because most people really don't know what we really want. And that's a really funny thing, That's why we started with all the YouTubers who tell you, oh, this is how to do a video, and this is how to do this right and wrong or whatever. The thing is, most people, they grow up and we get told by their parents, okay, this is how you need to do it. When we get into the rebellious phase, and then we kind of conform and kind of play out the program they have learned from their parents or their surroundings and whatever. The worst story I I can share you with this is I used to work in a how you say in a telephone helpline. I might have shared the story before. In a telephone helpline where you can call, if you are suicidal and stuff, and we talk with you and we try to help you in your situations. It's all anonymous and nobody knows that you're calling us, and we don't know anything about you. So even if you want to talk about some crime stuff or so, we would not prosecute. We just are there to listen and just giving you an open ear for whatever your problems are. And there was this one lady who called me one night as I was on duty, and she was 75, and she lived in a little village, and she said, "Okay, my husband just died, and I don't know what to do with my life." Because she was always, I mean, it unfolded as we talked. We talked for an hour or something. But she always was doing what other people were kind of expecting of her, what kind of wanted what was right and what was expected of their surrounding and stuff. She grew up in a little village, and she married the one person her parents chose for her, and when she had kids with her, and of course, she they were taking care of the kids, and then her husband got sick, and so she was taking care of her husband, and now her husband died, and for the first time in her life, nobody was there to tell her what to do with her life. She never learned, with 75, what she wanted, what was her goal, what she really wanted with her life. She was living 75 years and never really had to think of, oh, do I really want to do that? And now, I get, maybe I will get a lot of hate for that and a lot of internet trolls if I say something now. And I think a lot of you people out there, you don't really know what you want because you get fed by commercials, fed by the internet, fed by influencers stuff, things, and you think you want it. You think you want this car. You think you want this toothpaste, and you think you want all this. But are you really want it? Is it really the core of you that wants this toothpaste and this kind of sneakers? Because are you not a little bit influenced by big guys who tell you, oh, if you have these sneakers, then you will be cool, and then people will look at you, and then everyone will know you are in the know, and you are in, and you are, in the fashion style. You make a point. Just think about it. I'm wearing something what I got, I think, like 10 or 12 years ago, and as I was working for a different company, I don't fucking care what people tell me, what I should wear, what I should look like, what is in and stuff. So I really go against the grain here. I don't think I I look bad, but I don't. My point is to all the enlightened people out there who are living on social media and are in the know. Are you really, you're in Clubhouse because it's cool, because it's where you need to be, and you're there because it's cool. You're going to this party, okay, not right now because of a pandemic, because you need to be seen, and you need to be gossiped over. So my point is being so harsh here, and you can hate away if you want. Do you really live your life, or do other people dictate you how you think you need to lead your life to be cool, to be loved, to be admired, to be famous or whatever, So for me, it goes back to authenticity. That's not a word. Authenticity, to be yourself. If you don't feel well, then just say it, and don't pretend or something, or to buy a certain brand of shirt to be cool or something, how much of you is this really, be beyond that, get beyond this point, and be really yourself. That's what I'm saying, and not. Um, I'm an actor, I used to act, and sometimes you need props to kind of convey something. But the best actors don't need anything. I don't need a sword to say, oh, I'm a knight or something, because you can be it, with just showing through the cracks of your persona and stuff. And this is what I mean. Be yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what you need to have or need to do to be in or to be cool or something. This is maybe more for the younger people. Find your own way and don't be dictated by multi-corporate companies, and to tell you buy this brand or don't like this brand and stuff. Like what you like, but from your honest core, and not because somebody tells you to. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and at the same time, do not feel guilty for your misconceptions, for your materialism, and for that you can end up a fanboy of some brands, or that you like care about what people will say about you. It's so multi-level manipulation systems created by professionals for 100
Yeah.
years, so that it's nothing wrong about you from this point. You just let's put it directly, you're just a victim of this thing. We are all
Hmm.
victims of all
Yeah,
this
and
stuff.
that's a good point.
And
I'm not
I
standing
think it's
above
important
anyone.
to. Yes, so we're not trying to say that it's something wrong with you. We're just trying to say, like, do not worry about that. We're all victims of all this marketing stuff. And this is what metrics, I think, about movie metrics, about marketing. Because some people think that it's about reality, but I think it's a like picture of today modern community where illusionary world created in front of eyes. Uh, we should just listen carefully more what's coming from outside, and just have a little bit of time in one day, in each day, when we just think about what we do it. I have this time in the evening when I eat, and you need to pick this time for you, and it will make situation better. But do not feel guilt for your mistakes, for your understanding of the world, and for your materialism, for something that you do, like for showing off in front of people. It's part of plan of people who want to sell stuff to you,
Hmm.
and there is nothing wrong with you because
Exactly, and
they
you
had
need to,
advantage it.
and you also
They
need to
learned
to
how
to find
manipulate
to
you long
find.
before
Yeah.
you appeared in the world.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
what do you want to say?
propaganda has been around for quite a while. And also, what I'm saying, and don't feel bad if you like it. You like it, but like it for the right reasons. I have a friend who drives a Porsche. I think it's ridiculous to have a Porsche because for me, I don't even have a car. I have two bikes, bicycles. But he drives a Porsche, and he likes it. And his father has a Ferrari and stuff. So, for me, it's kind of like, what? This is such an unusable car because I don't go fast. And, I would have more like, oh, I need, if I go shopping, there's nothing you can put in there. It's two seats only, you know. But he likes it and he really enjoys his car. So I'm absolutely fine with it. I like him. And I would never buy a Porsche. Well, never say never, but it's kind of like for me, it's a ridiculous car. What would I need it for? I don't like to go too fast. Well, maybe some. Anyway, my point is, I would never buy a Porsche, most likely, and I would rather have a different car or whatever, but he likes it, and it's very materialistic, and it kind of conveys a picture of this guy. I don't know. He wants to show off, and so let him show off. He likes it and he enjoys it. So this is absolutely fine. And this is also, if you like Adidas, or if you like these sneakers brands or whatever, do it, like it, and wear them or whatever, or put them in your pedestals or something. But do it for the right reason, because you really like it and you really want to do it. So this is all I want to say. Ask yourself if it's really something you're doing just to show off, or to show to other people, to convey something, or is it something you really like? And if you really like it, well, all is fine, all is well. And like Alex just said, you we're all subjective to peer pressure and to things that is around us. We are not living in a vacuum. We are living in this world. So of course I get influenced by advertisement, and I get this and that and stuff. So I'm not untouchable in this way, but I know it, and that's the difference already. I know that I get influenced, and then I kind of ask myself, do I buy this brand of toothpaste because I heard it on the advertisement, or I really want to try it? And and if I like it, then I stick with it until I find something else. I always switch around things, because I'm like anyway, maybe. Yeah. Okay, we can go on and on and on for this. Anyway, the point is, ask yourself, do you really do it because you like it, or you were told to like it or to do this? And if you like it, all is fine. All is fine.
Yeah, I don't hope that you will find fast answers. It usually takes a lot of time to find what you really like and what you really don't like and why and stuff like this. It's more about habit to have this analysis on you and on
Exactly.
your decision.
Hmm.
So yeah, do not think that if you will think about it for 5 minutes after this episode, which is going to end soon.
Hmm.
So yeah, just evolve and get
Yep.
the habit
Make it a
to
habit. Yep.
just think about what you really to think about yourself and about your feelings, about your inner stuff. It's much more important that you might think. Even if you think that it's important, it's even more important. It's crazy. It's hard to underestimate it. Easy to underestimate it. You get the point. Thank you guys for listening.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you very much. We were kind of really philosophical this time, but it's we're being authentic. We just got into this, and even if I said I don't want to preach, or I don't want to influence people, I mean, if I get one person to think about their life, all is fine. So in this way, yes, I want to influence people. I want to that you live the best life you can live, and only you can decide what this is. Okay, goodbye, and now I shut up.
bye.
Bye.